I love making videos for people who aspire to become successful and or wealthy despite having perhaps more humble beginnings. Are you starting out right now without as much abundance as you would like? Or would you like to manifest a truly wealthy life in the 1%? If so, today's video is dedicated just for you. I want for you to manifest a life in the 1%. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 rules to manifesting a life in the financial 1%, in the top wealthiest 1%. This advice is coming from a law of attraction teacher who used to be a public school teacher who made very little money and worked way too much. And on that note, a quick hello to all of my public school and non-public school teachers who may be going back to school right now. I know a lot of people are headed back to school right around now. I know that the public school teachers out there and teachers out there deserve a lot more abundance than they often receive. So please, 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 if you're a teacher, say hello, and please do know that it is possible for you to manifest a life in the financial 1% just like myself. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Rule 1 for manifesting a life in the 1%. And again, I know these rules because I've had to learn them. I did not start out here, okay? I had to get here. I had to manifest it here, okay? So rule number 1, this is something you have to hold on to and internalize and embody. It is to have no shame in your financial game. None. Zero. Be unashamed about your abundance. Here's a fun fact about the law of attraction. Every time you ascend, whether it's financially or with any area of your life, every time you make a massive improvement, let's say that you get a bunch of money, okay? What will end up happening is that if you've been carrying limitations about that subject, limitations about money, limitations about success, when you suddenly burst through and attract more, the people around you, maybe they're friends, family, coworkers, neighbors, random people in the streets, okay? It could be anybody. The people around you will project back those limitations to you. And so what I mean by this is, let's say that you always kind of felt like it's bad to be wealthy, or you should play down your wealth. It's not good for you to brag about money or things of this nature, okay? If all of a sudden you attract a lot of money, the people around you are still going to be showing those belief structures to you. And it'll come at you in a variety of ways. You may see that people look down on you. Maybe they talk behind your back. Maybe they sneer at you. Maybe they give you a look like, well, who does she think she is? Okay. This is a very common occurrence that when you suddenly have a manifestation and things start going well for you, the people around you probably aren't going to like it if you're still holding on to some limitations and blocks. Now, has this happened to you before? Have you ever seen before that you suddenly got a promotion or a new relationship or a lot of money and the people around you weren't too happy about it? If that's the case, please go ahead and share your story below so other people see that this is a common occurrence. Now, this occurrence is something that can prevent people from continuing to move up. If you suddenly come into wealth, if you suddenly come into money, and all of a sudden the people around you start throwing shade at you and looking at you all weird because they're reflecting back your own limitations about it not being good to have money, what often happens is that people will cater to that. They'll play down their abundance. They'll play it down. They'll act like they don't have so much. They'll act like it's not that big of a deal. They'll project kind of their guilt about where they are back out into reality. And what this does is it takes a trajectory where you're making money, you're getting there, and it slows it down. And so to get into the 1%, if you're not in the 1% now, and 99% of people are not, okay? To get there, you have to keep moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up. And so this absolutely is essential that you have zero shame in your abundance game. Meaning, if you come into money, you don't want to hide it. If somebody asks you something about your financial status, you don't want to play it down. You don't want to pretend like it's a bad thing for you to be prospering. Rather, you want to have no shame in your game. And what this will allow you to do is to continue moving upward rather than letting those limiting thoughts and beliefs that are still kind of circulating around in your environment project back onto you and shunt your ability to attract more money. See, this is a principle, again, that you can see in all areas of life. As another quick example, this is something that I noticed when I started getting in really good shape. And so a lot of people will mention on my videos, they're like, how do you get in such good shape? Well, I manifested this body for myself, and yes, I do work out. But early on, I noticed this, is that when I started getting shredded, okay, when I started getting in really good shape, I would start getting eye rolls at the gym. I started getting kind of some haters, scouting me out at the gym. And my initial reaction was to hold back, not to work out as aggressively, or not to do the harder exercises, or not to do the more provocative exercises, or whatever it was, or not wear a certain kind of outfit because it was too revealing. Instead of doing that, I understood this concept of have zero shame in your game. Just go out there loud and proud and do it the way you do it. And so instead of downplaying my ability to get in good shape, I embraced it, and I embraced that hate. I didn't try and play my game down. I kept going. I kept doing whatever I was doing that was working, even if other people didn't like it. And that allowed me to get in better and better shape. You want to apply that same philosophy to your money game. Okay, if you're attracting money, get on that train. Don't downplay it to try and make other people happy, because the other people that you're trying to make happy are simply parroting back to you your own beliefs on why it's not good for you to have money. All right, now rule number 2 to manifesting a life in the financial 1%, world's wealthiest 1%. For this rule, it piggybacks on the last rule. Okay, so rule 1, you don't want to bow down to your haters, okay? That's not what you want to do. You want to rise above them. But for rule 2 here, you yourself don't want to be a hater, okay? You want to cultivate admiration and respect for those who are doing better than you financially. If you meet somebody who's making more money than you, or driving a nicer car than you, or who appears to be doing better financially than you, you don't want to be one of those people who's giving the side eye. Rather, you want to be somebody who looks at them like, wow, this is amazing. Look at how much money this person is making. Because what this allows you to do is that when people who are wealthier come around you, instead of their success making you feel bad and lowering your vibration and lowering your ability to attract money, you look at these people as a positive sign and they pull you up. Let me give you a really concrete example of this that I think is super helpful. And for me, it has to do with cars. If you've watched my channel for a long period of time, you probably heard by now that I do really like cars, and I've had a lot of success in manifesting cars. And it was probably one of the earliest things that I had success with. Before I even started attracting lots of money, I was able to always kind of attract a higher car than I was, I guess, quote unquote, worth. It just ended up working itself out that way. I believe fully that it has to do with this principle right here. See, early on when I learned about the law of attraction, if I saw a nice car on the road, I didn't get upset because the driver had a nicer car than I did. Rather, the way I always looked at it was, wow, I just manifested this really cool car to look at. I manifested another cool car here, and I saw other cars around me as being personal manifestations. Recently, I was able to manifest a really nice Maserati, okay? So I've got this really beautiful high performance car. The same rule still applies. So I've got this great car, it drives really nice, really beautiful car. But, the other day I got smoked by a guy in a McLaren. Like, he came up and just zipped on past me. To me, it was exhilarating. Like, wow, look at how fast that thing goes. That's amazing. That car is like worth 2-3 times as much money as the car that I have. I don't hate on the guy in the McLaren. I'm excited about the guy in the McLaren. And the guy in the McLaren is pulling me up to an even nicer car next time. See, that's the vibrational essence that you want to have with people who have more money than you. Be excited that you've manifested their presence in your life. Be excited by it, and they will pull you up into the 1% with them. All right, now I have a few more rules to manifesting a life in the wealthiest 1%. But first, If you enjoy law of attraction videos that teach you how to manifest the life of your dreams, including manifesting lots of money, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out law of attraction videos like this every single week, and I know you will enjoy coming along for the ride. All right, now for our third rule to manifesting a life in the wealthiest 1%. This one is important. So important. I probably should have put it first because it's just that important. You got to work on believing that you deserve to be wealthy. See, you absolutely must get over the idea that it's bad for you to have a lot, or that it's bad for you to have more than other people. If this is still a residual limitation that you're carrying, and guess what? It's a limitation a lot of people are carrying. So, it's okay if it is, all right? But if it is something that you're still carrying, I would invite you to possibly just listen to this section over and over and over again until it really kind of sinks in, because I'm gonna give you 3 facts, okay? 3 facts to turn this belief structure around. And if you just rehearse these 3 facts, it will get into your mind and you will start to believe that you deserve money. You deserve to have as much as you possibly can. All right, so let's get into these facts. Fact number 1, abundance is infinite. There is infinite abundance, infinite money, infinite wealth. This is a fact. How do we know it's a fact? If it wasn't a fact, we'd all still be fighting over the first few dollars that ever came to be. We'd all still be messing around with the small amount of wealth that first existed when human beings just got going. But that's not the case. Wealth keeps growing. Wealth keeps expanding. There's more money, there's more wealth, there's more value today than ever before, because wealth is not limited. It expands. It is infinite. Fact number 2, everyone, you, me, everyone is attracting wealth through the law of attraction, or more accurately, creating wealth through the law of attraction. And what this means is that every single person that you meet has the ability to align with massive wealth. Every last one of them. Every person is using the law of attraction. Every person has the ability to create as much money as they want. Now for fact number 3, and perhaps the most important fact. When you choose not to believe that you deserve to be wealthy, you are not helping anybody else attract more wealth. Instead, when you choose to believe that you're not deserving of wealth, what happens? You're believing in a limitation. You're believing that you don't deserve it. And you know what? How we feel is something that we transmit to other people through our vibration. Now, have you ever been around someone who's really happy and their happiness just rubbed off on you and now you're in a good mood? And have you ever been around someone who's really cranky and then their crankiness started to rub off on you? When you believe that you don't deserve money, that rubs off on everybody else. And so you believing that you don't deserve money and you not attracting money actually prevents more people from attracting money. It doesn't help them. It hurts them. And this fact is so important, because when you really get this fact, you can really get on board with the fact that it is good for you to attract money, because if you attract money, you're going to infect everybody else with the ability to attract more money, and you are going to help lift everybody up. All right, so that was rule number 3. Let's get into rule number 4 on manifesting a life in the wealthiest 1%. This is where people have difficulty with the law of attraction. So pay attention, because this is something that a lot of people complain, it's not working for me. I tried it for a while and it's not working for me. Here's why. Okay, here's the rule to getting yourself into the wealthiest 1%. You must keep your foot on the gas with your abundance. Keep your foot on the gas. You have to continue to improve the way you think about money, the way you speak with money, the way you relate to money, your belief structures about money. You gotta keep improving it, getting better at it. This is very, very important. Okay, now most of us have been taught from an early age how to relate to money. And we've been taught by parents or relatives or friends or neighbors who were not in the wealthiest 1%, okay? For most of us, the people we grew up around weren't anywhere near the wealthiest 1%. And so we were raised with a set of limiting beliefs and ideas about money. And trust me, I was one of these people, okay? And so if we just default on how we usually think about, speak about, act with money, we're gonna stay where we started. And if we do some improvement, we may get a step or two up, but it's not going to be enough to shoot us from the bottom to the top. You have to keep accelerating. You have to keep improving your belief structures about money, how you feel about money. This isn't something that you can just do once or twice with a quick affirmation, okay, over the weekend, and then suddenly you're super, super abundant. Sometimes this happens where somebody will suddenly attract a whole bunch of money. You ever know like a lottery winner, something like that, where they get into alignment, they attract this giant windfall, but because they haven't established a true vibration of wealth, they can't hold on to it. Okay? To get yourself into the wealthiest 1%, you have to keep applying these ideas of thinking positively about wealth, your ability to deserve it, the law of attraction, why it's good for you to be wealthy, why money is a good thing, not a bad thing. You have to keep practicing that so you climb that ladder. Keep your foot on the gas, okay? Just don't do the stuff that we're talking about for a weekend. This has to become a way of life. Now, speaking of affirmations, I did actually create a video last week on 5 affirmations that you can start to tell yourself on a regular basis. It's got to be done on a regular basis, okay? But if these become personal mantras of yours, they will radically improve your wealth attraction skills. And so if you are enjoying this video and you'd like more information on how to accelerate your wealth, please make sure to go ahead and watch that video next. That video is entitled Command Wealth into Your Life with Abundance Affirmations. And of course, I will go ahead and put a link in the description if you'd like to watch it next. But on to rule number 5 here on how to manifest a life in the wealthiest 1%. You must give yourself permission to have the things that you want to have when abundance comes your way. Now, I'm not talking about buying things on a credit card, taking out a loan, doing a cash out refi on your house. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is that when money comes in, if you want to keep the money cycle working for you, you have to be okay with spending that money or applying that money towards things that you want. This is really important. It's a very important secret to being in the wealthiest 1% that is not often talked about. Money likes to go where it's being used. If it's not being used, if it doesn't have a purpose, it will stagnate. Okay, so just like if I go to the gym, okay, if I don't use these suckers, they're gonna go away, right? That's the same with money. Okay, and you want to start to think of this as taking your money to the gym. Now, sometimes people will argue with me. I see this sometimes. Hey, Andrea, what about, these billionaires who are really frugal? First of all, most of them are flying private planes and have some other things going on. But one thing you will notice, okay, just because someone is a billionaire and perhaps they don't wear a Rolex watch, okay, does not mean they aren't putting their money to use. Some of them are investing in real estate or investing in businesses. They're spending it. They're using it. This is the important thing to understand. There's not one right way to use your money. This is a flawed perception I think a lot of people have about money. There's not one right way to use it. The important thing is that you are using it. When the universe gives you money, use it, take it to the gym, and it will grow. This is so, so important, okay? And again, please do remember, I do not mean taking your credit card to the mall and taking out a loan and paying money that you actually don't have. I don't recommend that at all. What I do mean is that as money is attracted to you, when you get raises, when you get bonuses, when you find it on the ground, find a way to somehow put that money to use. Don't just shove it under the mattress and forget about it, because it will atrophy, okay? You will stop the cycle from coming your way. You want to find some way to put that money to use. Now, speaking of people with businesses, if you are someone who either owns your own business or if you are an aspiring entrepreneur, I am getting really close, probably within a few weeks, of launching my brand new Entrepreneur Fast Lane Manifestation Program. Now, why am I here in the 1% today? You know, I run my own business. I make multiple six figures now, and I didn't start with investors. I didn't start with some giant chunk of money. I started with a laptop and some rudimentary knowledge of the law of attraction, and I managed to manifest a very successful business. And so something that I've been asked to do repeatedly is to create a course on manifesting business success. Now, in the Entrepreneur Fast Lane Manifestation Program, I do really 6 things, okay, to help you either start or grow your business. The first thing is that I help you develop a very bulletproof mindset. So no matter what happens, if there are setbacks, if you have to learn new things, if you're not sure how to hire a person or whatever it is that's going on, whatever the struggle is, it doesn't derail you, but rather you're motivated by it and really inspired by it. So little bumps in the road actually push you forward rather than knock you down. I also teach you how to create a business that attracts customers and clients. So many businesses do the exact opposite thing. They repel potential customers and clients. And so we talk about how to energetically construct your business so that it draws in paying customers, which is very important if you want to have a scalable business. I'll also show you how to create freedom of time so that you can be your own boss and still have plenty of time for your personal life, for your friends, your family, your hobbies, your leisure on a daily basis. Okay, so you have plenty of free time to live your life the way that you want, but still be able to be your own boss and make lots of money. This program also will show you how to gain support of friends, family members, as well as the world at large. So if you've ever experienced hearing crickets, where people don't support you, they're, kind of give you the side eye about your business, or they don't want to show up to your store. This is a really great section for anybody who wants to get validation from the people around them that they are indeed a successful business owner. Next, and perhaps most importantly in my book, I'm going to show you how to become a master salesperson. Be the kind of person who can put out offers confidently and close those deals. And then finally, I'm going to show you how to accelerate your business, how to scale it energetically. So this isn't something that has to take a really long time, but rather you can have big jumps. And this is something I've done a number of times, has been just doubling business within 1 year, something that can absolutely be done, and I will show you how to do it. Now, if this program is something that you may be interested in, again, I am going to be launching it in just a few weeks, and I am going to open it with a 50% introductory rate. If you would like to get updates when this course goes live and get the 50% off code while it is available, please make sure to go ahead and sign up to get the notifications. I will go ahead and put a link below in the description, so go ahead and sign up so you get those notifications as well as the 50% off code. And also, if you are new to my work here and you just like the law of attraction, business owner or not, I would love to invite you to take my law of attraction test. If you would like to know for sure that you are the creator of your reality and that what you think is what is brought into your world, I've designed a very simple 5-minute test where you can prove it to yourself, put something out there and watch it come back. And to take that test now, you can go to manifestingtest.com. Of course, I will go ahead and put a link to that as well in the description, but manifestingtest.com is the direct link. Thanks so much for watching today's video on how I became a member of the 1%. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video and that you find it tremendously useful in attracting abundance. And of course, I'm very much looking forward to bringing you another video soon. Bye-bye.